UT Martin head coach Jason Simpson, the Skyhawks pulled off a dramatic 17-16 win over Austin P, scoring all their points in the second half and then blocking a field goal as time expired to win. They're going to take on TSU this week. Tennessee State won the two OVC teams with one conference loss in the game back from the Skyhawks. So, Coach, just thoughts on that, I guess, that Austin P game, and then we'll go to some questions.
Okay. No, exciting football game. Obviously, happy to get the win. I'm proud of our team for multiple things. It was one of those games where, 5 starters were out and you lose an all-conference safety during the game. So you got 2 all-conference safeties out, and very proud of our defense and kept us in the game and played great in the second half. I guess they gave up a point in the second half, to 16-0 at halftime. The adversity, the players fall through of 2 pick sixes and good job, give their players credit and getting the touchdowns and scoring on defense, but stayed mentally tough and regather ourselves at halftime. And, then you look and you have a 20-play drive. You hold the ball almost 9 minutes and go 97 yards to take the lead. And, once again, give their players credit of fighting back and getting in field goal range. And then we get our hand on field goal and get the win. So great college football game. And get the win was a lot of fun, important for our season, and move on to this week.
Let's talk about that drive then. When you're pinned back at the 4-yard line, and I know on the broadcast they said the first thing is get some first downs, and then you also took 8 minutes off the clock too, as you alluded to. So what is the thinking in that drive? Is it just score however you can? Is it score and take some time off? What were you thinking there?
No, I mean, with that much time, I think there's 9 minutes, like 3 seconds left. So really, you're just, you're trying to get strategy wise, get 2 first downs, and if you can't do anything from there, at least punt it, flip the field, and get a stop, and then get the ball back. But to our kids' credit, and Keon made some plays, and we converted a 4th down there once we got to the plus side of the field. So no, I mean, you're not thinking that's your last drive by any means. That doesn't happen where you go 20 plays. And now once we got to the plus side of the field and the clock started ticking down, you say, okay, let's run this thing down as far as we can, because it's 4-down territory, and we're certainly going to use all 4 downs, and whether we throw it or run it in the end zone. And unfortunately, we left 35 seconds on the clock, but ended up working out our way.
So you mentioned people missing on defense and losing people in the game, and you only gave up your defense only gave up 3 points and held Austin P to under 200 yards of total offense. So can you talk about them? And is it Anama? I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. Just what you've mentioned him before, but 4.5 tackles for loss is a huge number.
Well, no, and Yabi Anoma, and so he's starting to play as advertised, and a lot of it is he was hurt early in the year, had high ankle sprain, and he's still a little bit banged up, but no, he was very impactful in the game, very disruptive, in their counter scheme, whether he's running through it or around it, he just makes a lot of plays, very disruptive. So he was huge. And then another starter at linebacker, Rob Hicks, started, made 10 tackles, so that was encouraging, with John Ford being out for the first half. And then steady play by Devin Sims, 11 tackles at the safety position. So great performance on defense, solid effort. We'll need that again this week.
And so this week, TSU, they're statistically ranked the best defense in the OVC. And if you would just look at their results, they're in close games basically every week, and they find a way to win. So what can you tell us about them?
They're a good football team. And, it's last week was the first week that I'd seen them in crossover tape. So you'd seen their offense. So, you see a big, athletic offensive line. You see playmakers on the perimeter, one of the best running backs in the league, and the quarterback that's continue to get, solid quarterback play. And, and obviously their schemes are very organized and executed well. So, that was the first thing I noticed. Then this week you turn their defense on, and you see, big, strong 4-man front, and very, um, uh, technique and schematically sound defense, and you have to earn every blade of grass that you get. So, you know, for me to say it's the best team we played up to this point, I believe that. I know our kids see that on tape as well. So huge talents at home this week, and they've won, you know, what, 5 of their last 6, 4 in a row. Okay, so you know, you could argue that they're you know, both teams are you know, playing very well.
So how would you compare them to last year's team? They have a lot of the same players, obviously a different coaching staff. You all had a 2-point game with them in the spring where you fell behind, but scored a bunch in the fourth quarter. Are there comparisons to make?
You know, I didn't go back when the new coach staff to look at that game. But schematically, you know, they're just very sound, and obviously, I just think they're tremendously better. And now we're better, so hopefully, you know, that give us an opportunity. But I think they're significantly better.
And then final question, we'll let you go. Offensively, you probably would like to score more than 17 points. Again, was there any one particular reason that did Austin P just play your offense well, or something that maybe you didn't score as many points as you had in previous games?
Well, I think number one is that, you know, to their schematics or their decision they made were, you know, to stop the run. So there's a lot of, you know, zero pressures, and you know, having some wideouts out. Hopefully they'll be back this week. Normally, you know, we would have pushed the ball down the field and give ourselves an opportunity to make the, you know, make a play. So, you know, injuries play a part in a season. It's unfortunate. It can be a cruel game. It can be a cruel game. But you know, you gotta structure an offense and give your kids a chance. And you know, now the second half we did some things a little different. But the bottom line is the ball's got to get in Peyton Logan's hand. It's got to get in Zach's hands. It's got to get in Donnell Williams' hands. It's got to get in Rodney Williams' hands and Keon. So you got to figure out a way for, you know, for that to happen.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time this morning. Best of luck Saturday, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Hey, thank you, man. You guys have a good day.